Is there a single word or phrase for inability to say no at a behavioral level? I have an acquaintance who is unable to say no directly. Any conversational transaction which would lead to them saying no is redirected toward the questioner. Is there a single word or phrase to describe them? It's not cultural. It's a learned behavior. Indecisive is not the word I'm looking for. Neither are these. The use case was that someone was giving out to a group of friends treats from a recent trip to the USA, and this person was offered a packet of sweets, Jolly Ranchers, which they don't like. The gift was non-personal and other members of the group were happy to receive them. No rudeness would have been perceived by directly refusing the gift or taking another offering. E.g., sorry, I'm not into those. Someone else can have them would have been the quickest conversational route. Instead of saying no directly, the receiver then entered a long negotiation to refuse the item without actually saying the word no. This inability to say no directly is a repeating pattern in their interactions in general, hence the curiosity about a description.
If the inability to say no implied acceptance, then I'd say pushover. Since you seem to be saying, rather, an inability to say no directly but making acceptance so unbearably complicated as to constitute an effective no, I'd say passive-aggressive.
I suggest yaysayer. A person who habitually agrees with or is submissive to others.
What you're describing does not sound like a personality trait. After all, the receiver was trying to reject the gift, rather than just silently but unwillingly accepting it. Rather, what we have here is a difference in communication styles, and this is an example of indirectness. The receiver, in his/her mind, was saying no, and the giver just wasn't taking the hint. Indirectness may be reflected in routines for offering and refusing or accepting gifts or food, for instance. Visitors from the Middle East and Asia have reported going hungry in England and the United States because of a misunderstanding of this message. When offered food, many have politely refused rather than accept directly, and it was not offered again. Muriel Seville-Troik, The Ethnography of Communication, an Introduction. Wiley, 2008.
I'm going to say polite refusal. It can be present as a social skill, as a say no characteristic, or as incorporated in a culture. As a culture, Japanese people are the master of saying no without saying no. For example, Japanese word iai, which translates to no, is rarely used. They use the word chigaimasu, which is a polite way of saying no, and translates to different or wrong in some contexts. In general, this kind of indirect people can seem as a waffler also because of the vagueness and indecisiveness in their speech, and their understatement can be explained as an unobtrusive behavior. This behavior can show itself as both a polite hesitation for a desired offer and a polite refusal of an undesired offer.
What